Let's try this one more time. Phone, I got a new phone. It's supposed to be a little bit better, but it don't seem like it's similar to the other phone. As I was saying, about family and people in general got to understand parenting is not easy. And what I mean by that is, yes, children are very challenging, especially when they're teenagers. As I'm going through that phase now. They can be very testing and very different in their own characters. As I was saying earlier, that I give first and foremost to God, because He's got me this far because of raising my children. Who here has ever got disciplined or whooping from a switch, belt? Old school days of raising children is completely different compared to now these days. So, it's the fact that little Jimmy, little Tommy, acting up, back in the day, they would get a paddling, act right. Now these days, the parenting level of disciplining children is completely different. You try to understand what's going on in the mindset of the children, or it's young teenagers, or, young adults. I've got plenty of nephews and nieces that I kind of keep an eye on. And there's times I can give advice. I'm no one to judge. I'm not perfect. Nope, not perfect at all. Speaking of, judging, just be not too quick to judge your children on what they do, because you understand sometimes what they go through, what peer pressure at school, or whatever the case may be, what type of pains they might be going through. They might have a hard time understanding some things, and instead of little Tommy, little Jimmy having a hard time in school, with grades wise, find out what's going on with them. So, just try to give positive influence, positive input to children. We as parents, especially fathers, sometimes we're quick to overreact. We overreact to some things, and basically, I know plenty of incidents with me and mine. There's times I was too quick to judge, to understand what was going on. Fathers, we all got a hard label to be men, be fathers, be hard, bring the meat home, bring the bacon home, not show feelings, work hard, try to balance life. It's easy to try to become it's comparison to being, a leader in your house. Same thing. That's why I pray a lot, just trying to figure out which decision, which road to take. Oh man, I wish this vessel could be here. The family culture, each of us has different environments we were grown up in, whether it be good, bad, or any way negative. Our character is built upon usually the environment we're we're raised in. You don't understand other people because we haven't been in their shoes. We never gone through heartache, the pain, hadn't had a silver spoon in our mouth, have everything there for us. Some, each is different. I try my best to get to know people, and no matter what or who you are, that's the way my mind's always been. Not to try to judge them because of whether it be color, whether it be their nature, how they talk, they act, whether it be ghetto or whether it be country or whether it be, it's just everybody's different. Each child that's been in my life, I always cared very hard for, and always loved them. Like I said, now these days, technology, you kind of keep an eye on, not stalking, but just, do what you can. Try to tell them that, I'm here for you, Do your best what you can. And it's just back to the family circle, family culture. It's the, not to pass down negative stuff. How many of us have had a lot of negative in their childhood and has passed down to the next generation? Each child sometimes always passes down because of, this is the example they give. It's a model. So to be that model and to know whether you've done right or wrong, and you just don't care, and that child picks up from it, and it's still going back to men, young girls, young sons, they watch you, they whether you party all the time, whether you work all the time, whether you think that, as long as I raise my child and take care of them, give them what they need, you're doing your part. Yeah, that is. Spending quality time with them as well, that's another factor. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, I got a lot of kids that I love. There's some I can't spend time with. There's some I can spend time with. The ones I spend time with, I spend time by themselves with you if you can. That way you can get them understanding. Me and my son Kevin, we've had so many times we've bumped heads. I love him to death, but it's always been challenging. He's like, out of Kevin, Heaven, Kyle, Asian India, Kevin and India has always been the ones I can say that they're not rebellious. It's like they scream for wanting attention, maybe. I don't know. But again, it's challenging to say, okay, what's wrong? What's going on? Why are you acting out? Why you gotta argue? Why you gotta debate? Why you gotta do things that don't make sense as a parent? So, I try my best to give them a positive input. I try not to go traditionally, I'm gonna whoop some tail, but, I try to sit down and think. Today's parenting skills, a lot of us have been raised traditionally way where we don't sit and think. Back in the day, we were told what to do. You stay in your place, right? Right? So, just the fact that if our parents back then probably just took for a second, and don't get me wrong, some of us was bad. Some of us, done what we're supposed to do. Some of us didn't understand, Again, I'm not nowhere near perfect, and I'm not the best father in the world. My children can tell you that, and I'm not expecting them to be the best father. Yeah, I was earlier. I was listening to my pastor Henry Roberts, and he was making a point about his father. And that related to me. I understood it because me and my pop, before he left to go home, me and him bumped heads, and it was something over something. I've never challenged my father until I got into my late 20s. Okay, I've done what he's told me. My father was not perfect, but yet he had a good blueprint. He showed he cared. I got tired of some things. There was things I didn't understand. So I said, you know what? No, Dad, no. This is right. That is wrong. I regret, but yet it made me grow. It made me change to understand once I had children that I will not be the same way. I'm not going to do this because of my father done this. It's not passing on the same generational negative influences. Okay, whether you drink too much, you're alcoholic, whether you gamble too much, whether you're abusive, or any of the other case may be, as I said, this is what I'm not going to do because this is what my parents did and I'm not going to do it, So, not saying my father was nowhere near. I mean, he had his faults, but, I learned that the fact that, my children are going to love me, that I'm going to give them everything they want, everything they need. I was fooled because basically, some of them feel the same way, that basically, Dad, you don't understand me. Why, and my kids are good kids. Don't get me wrong. They're not nowhere, disrespecting people. They disrespect. I can't say disrespect. They rebel with me. But, I see that they care. They do care. And I know they love me and I love them. And it's just something that's got to happen. It's to be your child's friend compared to being a parent is two different things. We always, sometimes, some of us don't realize we have to be the parent, whether they like us or not, trying to guide them the right way. And speaking of God, it's the fact that if you try to guide your children, there's some of us that try to live through our children. There's many examples I've seen in the past and to now, different people. I try to tell my children to basically do the best they can in school. I was one that didn't go to college, I always felt that I had that computer tech in me. Just, I didn't want to get in debt. Okay. Back in the day, I would check out how much financial, tuition it would be and everything. And you realize, my family didn't have a whole lot of money, my son, Kevin, where I chose left, he chose right. He's good at what he does, and I'm very proud of him. And is giving him not to show him that this is the wrong choice. I would have done differently, but yet he's showing me different. He's showing me there's a possibility that I could have done this and this could have went a different way. We learn things. Again, when he went to UAB and I was like, okay, this, I said, well, this is you. You got to make your own path. You got to make your own way. And he's doing a pretty good job, And then there's others up behind him and there's others ahead of him, all of his siblings. Timmy, I'm proud of him. Allie, Heaven, you guide them and tell them you want them to have a goal, to finish college, to make sure you got some type of degree. And not all the times degrees can be helpful out here. Sometimes people can get a great job without a degree, It's just the point you want the best for them. It's more to the point where, you know, my children know I'm very kind to, but there's a part of me that's not too kind, where I, you know, pop figure stop out and like, look, no, you're not doing this. It's simple, period. You know, I'm the one taking care of you. It's the point where, okay, I'm judge, jury, or being a dictator to them. No, being a father. You gotta wonder if do we judge our children too much? Do we you know, we're not playing God or nothing like that. You know, it's just, do we think that basically when we try to mold them or try to teach them right, this is a point of teaching them right and a point of, I don't know how to put it. Not playing God, but yet, yeah, you know, many times over, well, Dad, no, this is right, this is wrong. I'm like, no, I'm the father. This is what's going to happen. I can't explain it. All I can do is pray a lot of times and ask God for some guidance and teach me to make sure, you know, they go the right way. And to show them that you love them, you know. But anyway, it's just, I'm waiting on this vessel. It's going to be a while. I'm bored to death, y'all. I apologize. So, hopefully this is still a point of understanding that families, the family culture by itself, to do one step better than the past generation is the biggest thing. You know, the family culture of understanding how to talk to your children rather than grab a switch belt or whatever they did back in the day to tighten us up. And don't get me wrong, some of us needed it, and that some of us did right by getting it. It kept us in the line, you know. Whether, you know, children now compared to back in the day have ADHD, autism. You know, back in the day we didn't hear about all this type of, you know, illnesses and stuff. Not illness, but, you know. And then there's probably back then a lot of people still, I can't say, yeah, I can say it's selfish. There's some of them was just straight up selfish and just wanted to do what they wanted to do, throw their kids in the corner and be done with it. You know, and no, that's not the right way. Parenting, not saying that you should have a child. God forbid, you know. Look, basically, I'm just trying to express the fact that fathers, since it being Father's Day weekend, just do your best at trying to be with your children. Invest in your children. Because the harvest pays off. Keywords harvest. While they are babies, enjoy them. Middle school, high school, college. Until they're out on their own. And when they're out on their own, yeah, they're going to make some crazy decisions. How they put it? They say the experience is the best teacher. On a lot of levels, I agree with that. But logically, you still want to, you know, help them. You know, I mean, you see them about to press the wrong button, like, not the green one, the red one. It's, you know, it's trying to give them the best advice you can. They got to make their own decisions when they're on their own. Heaven Alley. Anyway, I love y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the real men out here. Happy Father's Day to the men who are trying their best. Not, and let me get this straight, not the men who just have babies left and right. We ain't talking about those fellas. Those, to me, my opinion now, ain't grown up yet. Got to realize, when you put a child out here and you understand it is not about you. I have nephews, one particular I think I had to talk to about this. It's not about you no more. he knows what I'm talking about. When you have children, basically, you know, enjoying your life is one thing. I've heard the saying from my brothers back in the day, I work too much, work too hard. Basically, you know, just you work hard, you play hard. Okay, fine. Go ahead, play, enjoy. But when you have a child, it's to me, it's still, you know, it's about them. It's want me, you know, I want this, I want that, I want a motorcycle. It ain't about me no more until it's time. I've raised them and done my part. It's like basically nature, basically. You know, you watch animals do things. Yes, we're human beings. We're men. We're image of God. Understood. But it's just a common sense. The fact that when men, and I'm talking about men, I ain't talking about ladies, y'all. Right now I'm talking about us men. When we go out here, party, have this woman, that woman to the side, and usually, you know, men in general, we tend to want everything we see, and that's the problem. True enough, whether it be caring for one woman and understanding if I have a child by this woman, I'm going to do right by her as well as that child. Not just be with the one. The fact that raising and looking at your own mini-me, whether it be a girl or a boy, and raising them, giving them everything that you didn't have. And that's the key to me. My pop, he did the best he could. He's the best. No, I can't say he's perfect. He wasn't nowhere near perfect. But it's the point, I've done a little bit better this next generation, you know. And I hope it keeps going that way. Where hopefully my children make some good choices. But the point is, I focused on them. What harvest I reap, I don't know. You know, I'm still waiting. I'm still watching. I see beautiful things happen with them. Because I know each character, each one of my children. And earlier I know I was explaining the fact of not trying to compare your children. I've done that, you know, and it's not the right thing. But to see each one and compliment them and give them input, a positive input, and tell them that you could keep doing what you're doing, keep getting better, keep getting greater. Don't just accept. That's the key thing. Don't accept. So, you know, the men out there that just go out and have fun, and, you know, some things could be understandable. What happens, whether it be in a relationship or broke up relationship, whatever. When you have a child, you know, it's all about them, raising them, giving them everything you didn't have and more. And then when it's over, when they are grown and they are on their own, to me, that's my time, you know, that's my reward, you know, and the grandchildren will be part of that reward as well. But, you know, it's a sit and wait game. Again, like I said, children could be very rebellious, but it pays off to be patient with them, to understand what's going on with them, not just to tear their tail just because they're acting up. Find out why they're acting up. Yeah, you know, I mean, first thought is to act, you know. So, you know, I pray to God every day just to get me strength to get up, take care of mine. Try to stay looking forward, you know, looking for those golden years, you know. I see a lot of old guys. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get to where you're at, to your level. I'm hoping this new phone is better, you know. It won't be blurry as much when I post this. What else I want to talk about as far as Father's Day? Happy Father's Day to all the great men out there again. And let me get this point. Women who are single and are raising children, raising boys as well as girls, you are doing your part as well as fathers to a certain extent. Am I one of those guys that basically say a woman can't be raising a boy and, can't give that male adjustment which is needed sometimes? To a certain degree. You can be mother to your sons. And you can discipline them. But yet, whatever the case may be, when a man steps out here and disciplines a child, and especially to boys, because we know the challenges out here. There are plenty obstacles, plenty of things that we have to go through. I mean, yeah, like I said, just try not to quickly judge your children. Anyway, I see only 2 people watching. Anyway, let me see how this works. See how this looks now. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Family circle, family culture, people. It starts at home. How our children act out here in public. Let's do our best to raise them right and do right. Make sure they got goals. Make sure they don't have poor choices. I mean poor choices, friends. Pray that none of them get on drugs. Pray that we all, don't hurt no one else out here. So, anyway, I pray every day and give God glory to make sure that when I'm not around them 24 hours, 365 days in a year. So I pray every day to make sure that God watches over them, Somebody prayed for me back when I was younger, and I pray for all of my children, my nieces, my nephews, all the innocent babies out here. Us grown folks are a different thing. I pray for us too. But their guidance depends on us. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And again, happy Father's Day. I'm about to find out, see if this is going to be blurry. If not, I'm going to delete it. Sorry. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Peace out.